Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about JWT authentication in Lumen, and for this there is a package called JWT Auth. So let's look into the documentation of it and follow the instruction to implement. If we see here, there is a Lumen installation section, but it is in incomplete state, and it is so. But we will add our code, excuse me, to make it work. Okay, so I have installed the fresh Lumen installation, and I have also installed this package using this composer require. Okay, so let's move on to the next step. So next step is about app.php in bootstrap folder. So let's do this, and here we will uncomment the facades, the eloquent, and let's and let's uncomment the auth middleware also. And if you scroll down below, then you will see the provider section. Let's uncomment all of this, and to register this package, we have to insert this slide also. Okay, so we have all set for the app.php file. Let's move on to the next step. The next step is the to generate a secret key, JWT secret key. We will run this command on the root. So let's run this here, and it has generated this key and insert into the .env file. So let's check it out in env file. It is there. Okay. After that, let's move on to the next step. Okay. The next step is to modify the user model to implement this interface. So let's modify our model in app directory. There is a user.php model. Okay, so firstly we have to include this, and then comma and JWT. This interface implements two methods, so we have to implement it also. Let's copy it as it is and just paste it here. Okay, and I want to make some little more changes in this model also. Let's use the username field instead of name. Okay, and password, just comment it out here. Okay, so let's create the user table. So first, so for this we need to create the migration for this. So let's create the migration php artisan make, sorry, make migration, create users table. So migration file has been created, and let's open it in a database migrations directory. Okay, here let's add the both two fields, table string, and this is for the username, and table string for the password. Okay, so let's run this migration. PHP migrate, sorry, artisan migrate. Okay, so we have to insert our database detail also in .env file. So let's set it. I'm using this database, Lumen JWT 5. Let's paste it here, and let's username, insert username password, and let's try it now. Okay, so the table has been created, the users table with the two fields, username password. Others are the timestamps. Okay, so we all set from the model point of view. Now we will move to the next step. The next step will be uh, the config file. So let's create it. Config, and we have to create it in the root only. Okay, and let's create a new file in it, auth.php. Okay, and in this file let's return the config as mentioned. So let's copy it from the documentation. Okay, now let's include this file into the app.php file, bootstrap app.php. So we can create any custom configuration, and just we need to load it here. We need to tell the Lumen that we want to load our custom configuration file. All the configuration file must live into the config folder. Okay, the config set. Then next we will add route later, but before this we need to make the auth controller. So let's copy this code, and create a controller in it. Define auth controller. Okay, and just paste it. So in this file we have a login method, me logout, refresh, small token. We need one more function called register. So let's create it. Let's create it here. public register. Okay. And let's inject with the request. And we have two fields, username and password. So let's validate the user inputs. This dot validate, and here need to mention the field name and their validation username required and unique. Okay, table. Let's go users colon username and accept. Let's insert one because we have blank TV, and the second field is password, and this also be required. Okay, and we have to pass the confirm password also. Then there is a validation called confirm. Okay, so after the validation, let's include this request. Okay, and then after the validation, we can create username equals to before this I want to store the user input in the variable request input and username, and the password for the password request input password. Okay, but password we will store as a hash password, not a plain. So for this we will put the hash method make. Let's put it into this. Okay, we need to also include the hash. Okay, and after this username, and for the password. Okay, and it will create the user for us. User included, already included, and after that we need to return the response to the end user. The response object, then JSON and ingestion status success, and let's one more thing, operation created. Okay, sorry. So using the register method we can insert the user in our database, And let's check out login. So we have to inject the request here also. And just a little bit change. Okay, we are doing changes according to our requirement due to incompletion of the documentation of for Lumen. Okay, so login request came. We fetch username and password. Okay, and then attempt it is not then unauthorized and then respond with token. Okay, okay, we all set here, and now let's move on to some routes through which we can send a request. So router, okay, and we will use group to prefix with API, and these under this group, all the action will be opened from the public. Uh, Means we will not use auth middleware for the register and login, and it's obvious. Let's copy it here. Yeah. And router post, okay, and then register, and our controller is auth controller at the rate register, okay, and one more for login. Let's go through one more time for to our controller. We have respond, refresh, logout, me. We have a login, we have a register. Okay, so here we are using auth in controller, accept the login, and also for accept the register. Okay, and all set. So let's hit out the our application. Before this, we need to start our local server, and then it's a base URL, and we have to hit the register with post. Okay, we have to send this data, username, password, and this one also, password confirmation. Let's check it out. Success created. Okay, and let's check it out in our database. So here, select star from users. We have a test user. Okay, and let's try out the other uh, route login. Okay, so let's check it out. To login, We don't need to send the password confirmation. We have to send the username password to only two fields. Okay, send. Oh, okay. We need the user provider also. So let's define it our in config provider and sorry. And in this driver, we are using eloquent and model. Let's define where is our model and it's the class. Okay, so let's say it out one more time. It is still not working. Let's restart our server and still it's not working. So let's go through JWT providers. Okay, and all set. Let's check it out one more time. Okay, now we have a token. So let's copy this token. Oh, uh, to use this token, we need to define one root router and group prefix called API and middleware. Okay, the let's copy this function and let's define here router get. So we need the logged in user information, then me, and this one me. Let's hit out the me. So API me. We don't need to send any parameter. Let's copy this token which we have used in the login it. Method not allowed. Okay, we need to use get unauthorized. So we need to send the token. So I have copied that and in authorization header uh, we need to send it as bearer. So if we check it, it's too long. So bearer, okay, and after that space and then token, and let's send it out. Okay, we get the information. So using this package, we need to make some changes. Okay, and we can implement the JWT authentication in your system. We can customize the auth controller more. Okay, when the token expire, when will the token expire and log out, etc. We can add more routes for this. So that's all for the today. Thank you to joining us. Thank you so much.